Do you have any idea about how many millionaires there are in the United States? Just in 2017, 700,000 people became millionaires. And now try to guess the total number. It's in millions. To be exact, there are over 11 million millionaires just in the United States. Now imagine how many millionaires there are worldwide. The world is actually filled with millionaires. Every single day, thousands of people join the club. However, if you give it a closer look, all millionaires can be divided into three categories. Because there are essentially three ways to become a self-made millionaire. Unless your father lends you $1 million. And that'll be the fourth way. By the way, only 20% of millionaires have inherited their wealth. The other 80% made it with their blood, sweat, and tears. In fact, out of 2,604 billionaires worldwide, 56% of them are self-made. So even if you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, your chances to become one are pretty reasonable. There are basically three financial paths you can take: sidewalk, slow lane, the fast lane. Number 1. Slow lane is the get-rich-slow formula, or get rich old when you'll be in a wheelchair. The slow lane is your typical parent's advice. Go to school, get good grades, graduate, get a job, save 10%, invest in the stock market, max your 401k, clip coupons. Then someday, when you're 65, maybe 70 years old, you'll be rich. Yeah, so much for being rich and enjoying life, right? Congratulations! You've made it! The problem with the slow lane is that you'll have to sacrifice your entire life so that you can live your dream life when you're in a wheelchair. Not necessarily, but you do have the lowest energy in your 60s. Also, once you're old, you can't get back your youth again. Time is out of your hands. So is your income. You can't double it or triple it every year. Try asking your boss for a 100% raise. You'll most likely get fired. So if you decide to take this path, remember, you're not going to drive that Ferrari while you're young. You're not going to travel and have adventures, because it's quite difficult to do that when you're 70. You'll live like a slave waiting for Friday to celebrate your freedom and then get back to slavery on Monday. If Warren Buffett started investing when he was just 11 years old and only made his first million by the age of 31, how long do you think it'll take you to make even $1 million when you haven't even invested a single dime in the stock market yet and you're 25? Nonetheless, it's probably the best strategy for most people. Although you'll have a boring, mediocre life, you'll have a financial plan that works. Even if it's not exciting, you'll be a millionaire in 30 or 40 years. In fact, a considerable number of millionaires in the US have taken this path. It's safe, secure, and guaranteed, and better than the second option, the sidewalk. Number 2. Sidewalker. The sidewalkers are usually one step away from bankruptcy because they're more bothered about living their dream life today and aren't much into the future because they're more bothered about living their dream life today and not thinking much into the future. They can even be making millions of dollars, but still end up poor, like a professional athlete or an actor. Your album fails, you get injured, you become homeless, and file for bankruptcy. Even if you have a prosperous career, chances that you'll remain a millionaire after you retire are really low. 78% of NFL players are either bankrupt or under financial stress within 2 years of retirement. 60% of NBA players go bankrupt after 5 years of ending their career. Imagine making millions of dollars, but still going broke. It sounds unbelievable, but that's what happens when you decide to become a pro athlete. There isn't time for financial education. You have to work hard day and night and be at the top. There will be people who are more talented than you or simply have better genetics. The number of athletes who end up making it to the pro level are less than 1%. While you're having the greatest years of your career, you get used to a certain lifestyle that's completely taken care of by your multi-million-dollar salary. And once you retire, it's difficult to get back to an average life, so you go broke in a few years. The number of athletes who build a sustainable business while making it to the top, like Michael Jordan, are an extremely small minority. And even those who end up earning $400 million like Mike Tyson can still go broke. The worst part about it is that with the rise of social media, everyone is taking the sidewalk. You pull out your phone and see how these people are driving Ferraris and living their dream lives, and you don't want to be left behind. You might be working hard, but whatever money you make, you spend it on the next great gadget, on the next trip, so that you have something to post on your Instagram, or a more expensive car. Sidewalkers are trapped in such a lifestyle where they're driven by their urgent, instant need for pleasure. Every dime you make will directly go to your car payment, clothes, whatever. You're not worried about the future because you think that someday, sometime in the future, you'll hit it big. But you most probably won't, so it's not the wisest option to take. Number 3, the fast lane. And then there's the fast lane. The whole idea behind it is that instead of sacrificing today for tomorrow or tomorrow for today, you get out and provide value to as many people as possible. You see, most of us are consumers because to provide value, you need to have something first. And most people do not take the time and effort to build themselves up to a point where they'll have something to give. Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire in just a few years because he provided a platform to millions of people to socialize. If you give it a closer look, the purpose of any business is to give value in different ways. The store beside your house provides you with the groceries. The restaurant down the road provides you with the food. Your favorite YouTuber provides you with content that you find interesting. Amazon saves you the time and makes shopping much easier. And what makes this path much more appealing than the other two is there's no limit to how much you can make. You want to triple your income in the next 3 months? It's under your control. You don't have to beg your boss for a 5% raise like the slow laners do. And you're not sacrificing your future like the sidewalkers do. Because fast laners take the money and buy real estate, patents, businesses that'll keep raising their income. The challenge with the fast lane is that you'll have to spend first an enormous amount of time to create something that will truly bring value to a substantial number of people. Of course, it's not easy, and most people would never be able to do that because the other path looks more appealing, since that's what being rich means to most people. But when you finance an $80,000 Mercedes-Benz over 6 years, because that's all you can afford, that isn't wealth, but the impersonation of wealth. You're fooling yourself. It's still mind-boggling that people travel while not having even $1,000 in their savings accounts. Wealth isn't embodied in a car or clothes, but in the freedom to know that you can buy it. That's why it's easy to find self-made, not only millionaires, but billionaires who are cheap because they know that they have the freedom to afford pretty much anything, anytime they want. On the other side, you have people who haven't paid their student loans yet, but are completely comfortable taking another loan out to show everyone how successful they are. People don't choose to be poor. They make poor decisions that slowly lead them in that direction. So there are the 3 financial roads that you can take to become a millionaire. Of course, the fast lane is the most rewarding one, where you can become a millionaire in just a few years and stay one for the rest of your life. But it also is the most challenging one, which is why most people won't take it. But being a sidewalker isn't sustainable, and that's why the slow lane's probably the best option for most people. This video's based on a book, The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. Quite different from all the other books on the subject. Do give it a read. Thanks for watching, and until the next one.